Hello guys, this is Vysh. So this is the Vysh Explains series. This is different from the editorials which you may be watching nowadays since last 2 weeks. We already had a playlist called Vysh Explains where a specific topic when it needs separate videos, I do it in a separate playlist. Okay, same like this, ma'am is also doing the same thing for other topics which I won't cover. So that will be in a separate playlist called Issues in News. Okay, so editorial is separate, Vysh Explains is separate, and Issues in News is separate. Everything is for your current affairs only. Okay, but to give you more information, we have classified into different playlist. Okay, so this one again, it's an Indian Express article. So yesterday one student messaged me telling like July 18th Indian Express, there was an article on this MOTA, okay, many of the above, or approval voting system. So this whether India needs that new voting system, India needs to implement that in the voting machine, that is the article which is given. So that I thought, because even anyway we are covering Hindu, Indian Express, some of the articles, if it is interesting, we will do like this in the Vysh Explain series. So you get a full coverage free of cost in Vysh IAS itself. Okay, but again, question specific when you need to enroll to a test series also. So this is the topic for today, and this is the headline which came in Indian Express: how India can prevent unnatural political alliances. Okay, this came in context, you know, the opposition parties, 26 opposition parties yesterday met in Bangalore, and they were all unitedly forming an alliance. Okay, you should understand, party is different, alliance is different. Okay, like if you see, there is this Congress party, okay, and BJP party, but they, when they merge with or maybe collaborate with many people just to win the elections, that is called an alliance. Okay, so BJP's alliance is called NDA, National Democratic Alliance, NDA, and here it will be UPA, Congress is UPA, United Progressive Alliance. Okay, so like this, everybody forms like this everywhere just to win the elections, and after that they will fight with each other also, because after winning election then they will fight like I want to become the chief minister, I want that home affairs ministry, I want this thing, that. So that internal fighting will happen. That is why alliances are always dangerous unless you are actually real friends or real loyal to each other. Okay, just to win elections, if you come together, the entire party alliance will crumble, and the country as an overall also will crumble. Okay, so this alliance is not actually very good, but both sides have it. Okay, BJP also has its own alliances, and it changes from state to state also. Different state, they will need different kind of people to win elections there, and this is about the complete Indian one. Okay, so the name itself is really interesting, India, INDIA. Okay, something an alliance, that the democratic, inclusive, whatever words they could fit to make that thing INDIA, they made a alliance. So who are not friends also will be like this, smiling in photographs. Internationally also, if you see, China, India, Russia, everybody need not like each other all the time, but they come together when it is a need for them. Okay, they themselves have their need, they'll come together like this and smile and take photographs and then do the things. Okay, now one major problem is there in our system, our current election system. Okay, if there is only two parties, like for example in USA and all, or in most countries, there is like two-party system. Okay, like there will be the Republicans and the Democratic. Republican means the Trump party, and Democratic means the Obama's party. Okay, so there it's like two people only. So when people go to vote, it will come like this, 60%, 40%, and the majority will win. The first picture which you see. So two candidates are there. It's a kind of fair election. Okay, because whoever gets the majority, you know, okay, that person got. But in India kind of place, where there are multiple parties, okay, it's not like only this NDA and Congress will be there. There will be other parties also. That time the vote split may go like this in the second picture, which you see, 30%, suppose you take example, 30% voted for Congress, 30% voted for Aam Aadmi Party, and 40% voted for BJP. So ideally BJP won, there is nothing wrong, you will feel okay, fine. But we have written here majority loses. Why? Because 30 plus 30, 60% people rejected BJP. They did not want BJP. They gave vote to Congress and Aam Aadmi Party. So 60% people rejected a party, and they are the ones who is coming to power. So this system has a name. It's called first past the post. Okay, FPTP, first past the post system, about which mains question also came, and again questions will come this year because of these alliances. So that system has an unfair advantage where just by defeating the other parties, you come in power, no matter majority of the Indian voters have rejected you. Okay, so that is the main, clearest, easiest way you can understand this concept. Now the new thing, MOTA, many of the above, or approval voting system, which they are telling. Here they have given some fake names. If you see the Trump and Joe Biden's name, they have just tweaked and made like some funny names. So here you see the line, President of United States, vote for as many as you like. Okay, meaning you go to the voting place, you will not now give one vote. You will give 3-4 votes. Meaning you like, maybe in Indian context, take BJP, take Congress, take Aam Aadmi Party. You maybe suppose hating BJP. You will vote for Congress and Aam Aadmi Party and come out. Next person will go. He will maybe like only BJP. Third person will come. He will like BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. So multiple combinations are possible. And finally, the total tick marks are counted. So what will happen is, really what majority of the people choose, that party will win the election. Okay. So this is the system. This name is called approval voting or many of the above voting. This is the simple thing. But as a UPSC aspirant, this one line is not enough for you. You need to know the merits of it, demerits of it, Indian constitution, whether it allows such a thing, whether there is any challenges which will come when we try to implement it. Those things I will teach you in detail, and this video will be sufficient for you. You don't have to read the paper again for this topic. Okay, most of our videos are like that. Once you do a video, you will be completely clear. So make a habit of watching it every day. Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, so these are just pictures I've taken from internet, because approval voting is not like it has never happened before. It has happened already in many places. So that also I will show you. Okay, because that's the maximum information you need. Before that, if you are new to this channel, please WhatsApp me. The number is given. In that number, I want you. Okay, and we will give you foundation videos which you have to start. You can understand how much quality and how much detailing is done in each video. So that foundation itself will change your life. Okay, so start with the foundation. Now, 26 opposition parties met in Bangalore. This is a news item. Okay, so you see there, INDIA declares war against Modi. Okay, so their party is NDA. So India versus NDA, like that they are spreading the campaign. Already, meaning 2024 election, they have already started. Okay, because they are now overconfident also after winning Karnataka elections. They made alliance, and for the time being, Siddaramaiah person has made the chief minister. After, we can't tell whether 5 years he will be the chief minister. They might again shuffle to please all the parties who were there in the alliance. Okay, same thing will happen in the center also. So now see, this Kejriwal, Rahul Gandhi, who used to abuse each other at times and all, they are now on the same stage, same platform, because their enemy is common. Okay, in politics I am telling. Now, it's not like Congress is doing something and then BJP is silent. Same time, 30 other political parties are meeting in Delhi under the leadership of BJP to make an anti-Congress bloc. So this is the first time I think two very big alliances happening. Usually alliances happen, but here 26 parties on one side and 30 parties on one side. So 2024 elections is going to be very, very interesting. Okay. So now anyway they're telling, it's like, honestly, these people are not natural alliance or not friends or loyal or anything, but they will act like as if they are in harmony just to win the election. Okay. So meeting seemingly reflect ideological political formation, but primary driving force is what? Arithmetic, the numbers. Can you get that many seats and finally get the final numbers to win election? Okay. In India, you know, there are more than 600 parties contesting this. I think the world is the largest one, general elections. Only 3 dozen parties, okay, meaning around 30-35 parties have at least one member in parliament. So this is a unique thing which only Indian democracy can show to the world. Okay, in the parliament, these many parties, people are present and sitting after the election. This happens only in India. Okay, so this is a general idea about the news item and basics. Now that thing which I told, first past the post system, FPTP system. Here it's also called the simple majority system or the plurality system. These names also you should know, because UPSC can ask it in any way. You should not get confused thinking it is something else. All these are same thing only. Where I showed you that 30-30, 40 voting happens. The one who got 40 won the election. Okay. So here, this is one of the simplest and oldest electoral system used in countries such as the UK, USA, Canada and India. Voters are presented with a list of candidates nominated by different political parties, or even they may be independent candidates. Then voters choose one candidate by marking their ballot paper, which used to happen, or the electronic voting machine which we have now, EVM, and the candidate who received the most votes in the constituency is declared the winner of that constituency. The winner does not need to get a majority more than 50% of the votes. Here there's no rule that only if you get 50% you will win. Okay, you saw the 30-30-40, right? So the person who is getting more compared to other parties, they have done. In case they have an alliance, okay, alliance also there are different things. Okay, in Lakshmikant you will study, there is pre-poll alliance, there is post-poll alliance also. Pre-poll means like how what is happening now, that INDIA, they are before election, pre-poll they are making an alliance and telling we together, if one means, okay, we got the power, now we will decide who will be chief minister. Post-poll alliance, which usually happens, okay, in different places now, where they will not having alliance, it will be scattered. You don't know like who will be the winner. Okay, like you saw 30, 30, 40. Then this 30 and 30, they will tell post poll, let's make an alliance. So they become 60 now. And BJP is only 40. Meaning the 40 and the Congress for 30, both will be trying for the third 30. Okay, so they, whoever successfully makes the alliance, governor will tell, okay, you come and form the government. Okay. So they have to tell, this is our chief minister, this is our ministers, and chief minister later will decide all the other ministers. So that is how it works as of now in India. So largest number of votes. Okay, basics. Now other voting systems also, just one slide I have kept for other voting systems in case a question come on different voting systems of the world. In India itself, we have something called proportional representation voting system also, where based on how many votes you get, based on that you form this thing. Okay, you come in power. If you see that chart, voter support is equal to seat in parliament. Okay, based on how much you won, that much share seats also you will get in this thing. It's a totally different kind of system. And in India, in certain elections, we use that. Okay, that when you study basics of Lakshmikant, you will study. Okay, there are certain places where you use this majority, simple majority thing, and somewhere the proportional representation voting system also. Okay, so that is the first basic thing, system that allocates seats to political parties or candidates according to their share of their popular vote. Okay, then there is ranked voting system and score voting system. This ranking also kind of it is used in our Indian president's election. When you study and all, you will learn, where you are given candidates, the same thing like in approval voting or the MOTA system, but there you have to rank also. The new topic which we are studying is simply you tick as many number of this thing. You will not tell BJP 1 and INC 2nd, Aam Aadmi Party 3rd. Like that rank you don't have to give. You simply tick 3 means okay, all 3 are equally done. But ranking system means you will tell BJP 1, Aam Aadmi 2, and other person will tell BJP 2, INC 1. So the ranks is also mattering. So who comes at the last rank will be eliminated. Then other people again voting will happen. So like that until the all are eliminated and majority gets the rank 1. It will keep continuing. It's a it's a very lengthy process also, ranked voting system. Okay, so that also picture you can see, the blue color picture. Okay, where you given candidate A, B, C, and 1 second, you given ranks. Then the score voting system where you give points. Okay, everyone will give different points. The third picture you can see where governor candidates A, B, C, like one is given 0, one is given 9, 7. So like then total you add up. Okay, this in maybe in school, colleges and all sometimes you will do, or even in some reality shows and competition you see how many points and all. Based on that you will finally total points, they will win the election. So these are different voting systems other than what we are actually going to study. So approval voting is a voting method that allows voters to choose as many candidates or parties as they want from a list. Same like I gave a list. So he has ticked that Joseph and the Pike Maris. So like the 3 people they have selected. So like that everybody will select, finally total number of ticks. The winner is the candidate or party that receives the most approval or tick marks. That is why it's called approval voting system. Okay, and it's a well-researched system already used in multiple elections. Example, United Nations, certain elections it is done like that. Internal party primaries in the USA, inside that small election they have done like this. And even the election of the Pope, the Pope is in Italy, in Rome. They are the leader, the Christianity's leader. That election sometimes happen through this method. So it's already tried and tested method, and it is found to be more like better voice of the people is reflected in the result of this election compared to our normal first past the post system. Okay, so now in India it will be called MOTA or many of the above in case it is implemented, because already we have something called NOTA, NOTA, where if you don't like anyone, you don't like any of the parties, you will give NOTA. Okay. So that is one way of rejecting everyone. Now, to accept many people, you should introduce one more below NOTA called MOTA. That is what the author is suggesting in the article. None of the above and many of the above. So it will be like a mirror image. It's like totally opposite meaning of both the things. Okay. So they are telling MOTA would not require any major changes in the existing electoral system or machinery, as it would only involve adding a new option. Okay, there is no need of any big technical changes. Just add one more, same like you added NOTA, you can add one more option. Okay, the system electronic machine you have to tweak as per that, because you have to do multiple beep sound will come now, multiple people you are choosing. Okay, so it would also not violate any constitutional or legal provisions, as it would not affect the right to vote or the representation of people in parliament. So there is no big change happening. You are just enabling the people to have a better choice. So now what are the advantages and disadvantages of this system? Okay, system is very simple, but what are the advantages? Increase in voter turnout. Okay, because now you're giving the people more preferences, because sometimes people doesn't come to vote thinking like, what is the point of voting? Anyway, he is not going to win election. Simply I go and stand there in the queue and this thing. But now when you get 2-3 options, you will understand, okay, there is a chance that when many of us do that, the one who actually we have in our mind, that person will come to power. So increase in voter turnout is one of the biggest advantage of this system. Then reduced polarization, okay, meaning voters are encouraged to consider more moderate and inclusive options rather than like two extremes. Okay, you are always confused like this person or this person. Okay, so now instead of that, harshness is gone. Maybe like if you are 50% you want this also, 50% this also, you will give both of them a chance. So overall then whatever comes, so you are happy that I didn't choose this and regretting or in a guilt that I also wanted them also certain thing. So that also will go away. That extremity, confusion, okay, that is reduced. Wider representation. Candidates and parties would appeal to a broader and more diverse electorate. Okay, now if you see, when these candidates come to ask for votes, okay, 5 years they only once in lifetime they'll come to your house. So that time when they come, they go to those areas where they have that loyal basis and make sure that okay, you will definitely vote for us. Okay, but now because there is a chance that vote can come in any fashion, the candidates also will go and appeal for vote across every region. Okay, because there are chances that people have 2 options, 3 options. So they will do better campaigning, wider representation they will do. That is an advantage which the author is telling. Then ensure stability. Okay, reduce the dependence on coalition alliance, because I told when it's an alliance, there is no stability. These people somehow will come to power because of this coalition. After that, they'll start fighting. Then the state will fail. When the state fails, the nation together fails. Okay, so now when this is there, they will not want to do coalitions, because without that itself, multiple votes can come extra. Okay, so that is why that thing, and reduce corruption, reduce blackmail, all these negative things which happens through alliances, that can reduce. Now the challenges, if you want to implement it. Lack of familiarity and understanding, meaning people have no idea. Now I am teaching you this, okay, you understood the history of it, where it is used, what it is and all, but people in villages and all these things, already it's very like difficult to bring them to the polling booth and make them vote. Now you tell them, okay, you do 2-3 things and all, they will get confused. Okay, so that campaign you have to do first, awareness campaign. You have to do a lot of whatever you can do in the villages and rural areas to make them educate about this, like what is the benefit, how will, if they give 2 things, then how can I know who won the election? They will get confused. Okay, so this system, the local, whoever it is, collector or panchayat, everybody has to educate them first. So that is the first challenge which India will have because of our huge population, to make everybody aware. Okay, then established parties may not like it. Okay, like BJP and all may not like it. They are having a proper this thing now. They don't want people to like vote for BJP also, Congress also. Okay, they have their own method of winning elections and they have proven it over the years now. So they may not, established parties may not want the system to come. They are okay with the first past the post system. Okay, they know that okay, this much I need, that I will get, that they have well planned and they have the strategies are well planned for the next 10-15 years. So they will not like it. Potential for fragmented result. Okay, meaning we are doing this for what? For making that fragmentation go away. But after this also, suppose now some people become so lazy that full one constituency go and vote for everyone. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then what you will do? Now everybody are equal. Then you will have to do a second round or second post coalition again will come back. So there's no clear winner. So that is also one challenge. Okay, what if it becomes like that? People vote like that in very small constituency where less population is there. They decide like, okay, we'll vote for everything 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It will be a problem. Okay, constitutional and legal consideration. Okay, so again, Indian constitution and legality, you know, when you want to introduce something, you try to introduce a bill, by the time it becomes an act, it takes lot of years. Okay, so that is one challenge. In India, anything to implement is very, very difficult. So you can suggest an idea, you can bring a bill, or maybe judiciary can pass this thing, but it will not come into force. Okay, unless everybody are brought into same picture. So that these are the advantages, these are the challenges. This is the maximum you have to write also in case a question come. End of this video, I'll show you mains questions also. What can be like here only mains questions. What is the mains questions which can come from this topic? India's political diversity is both a necessity and an inevitability. Discuss. Okay, so this much only UPSC will give, and they will put 10 marks. So you will have to think political diversity meaning different political parties we have, so that it is necessary also, it is like unavoidable also. So discuss on that. So discuss means you should not criticize it or you should not boost it, you should discuss. You should tell all the positivity, negativity, examples, history of India, comparison with other countries, many things you have to do. Okay, discuss is a very general term. Can replacing the FPTP method with MOTA fundamentally alter Indian politics? Okay, so here if they tell evaluate, justify anything, then you have to think about that. If nothing is told, you can write as per your like. Okay, so this again, if you don't know, discuss, justify, evaluate, enumerate, Many things are there. So there are 6-7 keywords are there. Evaluate. So these things are all, if you don't know meaning, that means you have not seen the foundation. There one video specifically I have taught you different keywords, what is the meaning, what UPSC board expects from the students. Okay. So here again, MOTA can be a befitting solution to end Ayaram Gayaram wars in Indian politics. Justify. So this Ayaram Gayaram, even in your Lakshmikant is there in one chapter. It's about defection. Like one person was like, he was in this party, he will jump to other party. Then from there he will jump to this party. So Ayaram Gayaram. So that's why 10th schedule was bought, anti-defection policy was bought. There are many things which is static. Okay, you have to study. So will this MOTA end this kind of things permanently? That is what you have to justify it. Justify it means that means it looks, examiner is telling it is correct. You have to justify, you have to support with points. MOTA legitimizes this agnosticism without the need for a formal alliance, agree or not. So formal alliance again, without that, well, it happens. So that agree or not, this and all, you may not know the answer now, but Google the meaning of each word in that if you don't understand, and try to write yourself, whatever you feel you write. Okay. And the points anyway I have told you in this. So that you have to just write it in a proper way and get it evaluated from somewhere. If you join a test series properly, they already will have these questions. Okay, because your self-evaluation may not always work. Either you need someone who has given the exam many times, or you need a coaching class for that. MOTA is very powerful in producing outcomes that are acceptable to a greater majority in a multi-party democracy. Critically analyze. Okay, critically analyze means even the negative points you have to bring in. One more question. Approval voting is irrelevant in a two-party democracy. Discuss its merits and demerits. So two-party thing I told you. What is approval voting I told you. Merits and demerits I told you. You just have to shape it into a proper answer. And if you don't know how to write an answer, as I told, either join a coaching or watch our foundation which is free. You will know how to write. Okay, then join some test series and start writing. When they correct it and give you feedback, you will become again more perfect. Okay, so this is how you do for any topic. So this is one topic. Like this, more topics if you want in the form of Vysh explains videos. Okay, in editorial I'm already doing. I'm already covering most of the things which comes in the news in detail with telling the backstory and static part of it. But again, as I told, some topics need specific videos because editorial goes lengthy. Okay, that's why I'll do like this. If you want, tell me in comment section and I will keep doing it. Okay, so wait for the editorial for today. Thank you and have a nice day.